Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a vegetarian cheat day. I use that term very loosely. It's just a good title of a video. You guys will know exactly what this video is going to include. Just some very good food. And this time I'm only going to be eating vegetarian options. I will be steering clear from any fake meat. I will just say that now. I've also tried to include you guys in this video. So I asked over on my Instagram, which if you don't already follow me, my Instagram is Hannah_Marlin. So if you want to, you can follow me on there. But yeah, I asked over on there what are some good vegetarian cheat meals, and I've picked a few from the responses. I also did a post on my community tab so that the people that don't follow me on Instagram aren't left out. So thank you to everyone who voted, although it is currently 50-50. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Let's see what I had for breakfast. I'm at McDonald's and it's a very bright and sunny day, so I don't know how good this lighting's going to be this morning. I feel like whenever I have to film outside, it's always a good day, and when I'm in my flat, it's always a shitty, gloomy day, which is the best days to film on.
I won't keep you a second.
No worries. A man in a van has literally just drove round and been served.
Hi, sorry about that. What can I get you?
Can I get an egg muffin meal? Do you do like caramel lattes?
Yeah, got a caramel waffle latte.
Yeah, if I could get that with it, please.
Anything else for you?
Do you still do the waffles?
No, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's all, thank you.
First window, thank you.
They don't do the waffles anymore. I thought that they were a permanent thing. Everyone said it was permanent. I'm so confused. I should have got an extra hash brown. I'm gonna add an extra hash brown, fuck it. Can I actually add something onto that? Can I add another hash brown, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm so proud of myself for asking for something extra, because normally I'd be like, okay, don't worry, and then I'd regret it after, because I wanted to put the hash brown in the muffin, because an egg muffin is going to be pretty sad, right? Thank you. Can I get some ketchup, please?
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, who has watched me for long enough, or maybe you have just caught up on my videos, but who remembers the time when I went to McDonald's drive-thru and my window wouldn't do up? That was a traumatic time for me. Okay, now we're gonna go and try and find some shade, which I don't know how successful I'm gonna be, because it's very, very bright today. Thing is, I could park here at McDonald's because there is a little bit of shade, but the problem is I have to face people, and we're not about facing my fears today. Okay, that's for another day. I know it's part of my New Year's resolutions, but yeah, that's not today's problem. I found some shade, and this is actually really good lighting, so happy days. Right, so I probably already said this in the intro. I don't know, I haven't filmed the intro yet, but I asked people on Instagram to help me pick what I was going to eat today. So I didn't really have many options for breakfast. I said just give me cheat meal ideas. The only things I had was like pancakes and waffles, and I really wasn't vibed in with a sweet breakfast this morning. And then there was ones like lots of granola, cereal on a large scale, but I wanted savoury. My relationship with McDonald's breakfast is not great. I don't love it so much, but I didn't have much choice. So I have got the egg muffin. I was going to put a hash brown in it and then have the waffles on the side. And here's what I'm having for breakfast. I mean, you was there with me, but yeah, I got the waffle latte. I have to keep my big padded coat on because it's so cold at the minute. I mean, this first bite's going to be all hash brown. I used to absolutely hate the McDonald's eggs. I feel like they don't smell as bad as what I used to think they did, because I'm not getting the smell. Although when I leave my car in a minute, maybe once I get back in, I'll be able to smell it. Fun fact actually, Tim Hortons do a veggie burger for breakfast, but mock meat is just not for me. Although I didn't actually look into it. I did think on the way here, I wonder if it's like, but yeah, still, I don't want vegetables for breakfast. I was gonna say, what if it's like made of vegetables, but yeah, still, I don't want that for breakfast, do I? Anyway, let's talk about the term cheat meal or cheat day. I know for some people it can be quite triggering, or they see it as quite like a negative thing. You see what I eat. I don't cut things from my diet. I eat all food groups. The word cheat day, when I use it in my videos, like obviously I'm not on no strict diet or workout plans. This term is just used to be like a good day of eating what are classed as unhealthy foods. It's just like, so everyone knows the gist of the video, because what else could I really call it? Because I was thinking I could do vegetarian fast food for the day, but I didn't want to eat fast food. I mean, I'm eating it pretty much all day, but I didn't want breakfast, lunch and dinner to all be takeaways. So I just wanted to clarify that, because I know some people have opinions on it. When I'm doing it in my videos, at least, I'm not referring to the fact that I don't eat these things regularly, because I do, okay? All my old favourite YouTubers that used to do food content like this don't do it anymore, or at least like they might do it, but it's very irregular. I really like this. You know what it is? McDonald's bacon, but sometimes when you're eating it, it's all stringy and it's slapping you back in the face. The burger, it's too herby, way too herby for my liking. I am going to try it again soon, because they have got a new breakfast menu item, right? So having just the egg and the cheese, especially the hash brown in it, is really nice. I'm going to put it on my Instagram now. Does everyone know that the waffles were gone? Anyway, I've just put it up on Instagram to see if I was lying to myself and made that up, but I'm pretty sure everyone said that they was. I'm not gonna lie, I've got my Ugg boots on, I've got a big puffer jacket, and my feet are starting to freeze. I'm really cold. Final bite of this. They should add ketchup into the actual muffin. Now I've only got this much ketchup left to last me a whole hash brown. I'm pretty proud of myself as well. I'm sitting and there's a lot of people walking around. I'm just paying no attention. I'm just like, get the shot done. Oh yeah, should we try the latte? I don't want to burn my mouth. Okay, definitely not. It's like lukewarm. Oh guys, why does it taste like Christmas? And why do I miss Christmas already? So we've got 11 months to go. That really does taste like Christmas. That is nice. Not very hot though. Also, my podcast, which I haven't actually announced it properly on the channel, have I? Anyway, I stopped doing my podcast back last year because I just got so bored of doing it on my own. Like, I already spend so much fucking time on my own. Not like feel sorry for myself or anything, but since I've gone part-time, I barely go into the office either now, because they've expanded all the teams. So basically, like, there's not enough desks for me to go in. I always work from home. Yeah, I actually spend so much time on my own as it is. So then sitting there doing podcasts and listening to myself back and editing 3 videos a week, listening to myself back, I just found it so boring. So Jade and I decided to relaunch the podcast as both of our podcasts. It's still called Winging Life. We was actually going to call it Opposites Attract, because we have such different views on stuff. Like, we are such a good combination as friends because we are so opposite, if that makes sense. A lot of the things we do agree on. Along the way, our opinions can be quite different, and who we are as people and how we handle situations. When we searched up Opposites Attracts on podcasts, there was already quite a few that only had like 1 or 2 episodes and then never did it again. So we was like, hey, that's a bad omen, so let's not call it that. So then after lots of thoughts, trials, searching, we just decided, do you know what? We both wing life, so let's just keep it the same. So we did, we just removed the with Hannah Marlin. So yeah, we did our first episode, which went live yesterday, so you can listen to it now on Apple and Spotify, so I will link it in the description. And for our first episode, we answered dilemmas, just for, like, you know, the introductory one. But things we want to talk about is like things that we wish we knew in our 20s, because obviously we're both, well, I'm nearly 30 now, Jade's already 30. Or surviving our 20s, confidence, body confidence, dating, relationships, making friends. Yeah, we're really excited. And I'm not being funny, me and Jade see each other at least once a week and we just sit there and talk shit for hours. So now we just do it over a microphone. And like, me and Jade, because we're quite new friends, we're not now, but when me and her met, she was 29, I was 26. So we'd already had so many life experiences. So like, every time we meet, we tell each other something new about each other. And like, we just sit there and, like, you know when you're always learning something about someone because we didn't grow up together? All of my other friends I've had since we was teens. So you don't have that kind of relationship where you sit there and tell stories, because you've lived through the stories together. And that is actually one thing that I love about our friendship, because it's actually so interesting to hear these things and retell things and relive things to somebody else. So yeah, we're basically doing that on the podcast. Always like telling new stories that we probably haven't even heard before we've discussed it on the podcast. Anyway, let's quickly see what people are saying about the waffle situation. So the thing I put up was, who lied to me and told me that the waffles are permanent? And then Jade replied saying, me, I think, sorry. I think I told her. I'm sure that it was on TikTok. Obviously not. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna do a bit of shopping and then I'm gonna pick up something sweet for this morning because it's still quite early. It's like 9 AM. So I will definitely be wanting a mid-morning snack. So I will see you guys in a bit for that. So it's a couple of hours later and I have been to Tim Hortons. The Tim Hortons donuts, for me personally, I don't understand. They must be a lot better in Canada because I doubt they would have got a name for themselves. Like if Tim Hortons wasn't already established, I don't think it would do very well in the UK. But I have got their honey cruller, which from memory was the only one that I thought was actually any good. It was just like nothing I'd ever had before. It's hard to explain. I honestly can't put my finger on it. I don't know what the texture is. But that is very sugary and very good. Actually, I did also like their apple fritter. It wasn't life changing, but it was good. Also, we all know you couldn't do a cheat day without a donut. Quickly, before I forget, I want to go to somewhere in the UK that has loads of good food places to eat at, but not like in a town centre, because I guess some of the things could be in the town centre, but if everything was like in really busy places, then it would be hard for me to film. I want to do like a little food tour where I go somewhere for the weekend and eat loads of really good food, like donuts or amazing cookies. I don't know. So if you've got somewhere that's not too far from Essex, because I would drive there, if you've got any recommendations, or if you live somewhere and you know that there's loads of good food places, let me know. I will see you guys for lunch. It's time for lunch and this one was staring me right in the face. And before I asked people on Instagram, I was like trying to think of things to have. This was up there with one of the most repeated responses. So for lunch, I'm gonna have nachos, and nachos are one of my favorite foods. Honestly, I love them, but only when I make them. When you get nachos when you're out and about, they're never made good. They're always lacking on something. There's not enough cheese. Oh, do you know what's the worst? No, the actual worst is when they come and they're homemade tortillas, where they've actually like cut up a bit of wrap and put them in the oven. I think it's all bar one that does that. That is the heartbreaking moment. When I make them myself, obviously I'm just gonna smother them in everything. First of all, I have tortilla chips. It has to be the lightly salted. You can't be out here using the orange ones. I have some mozzarella and cheese mix. This used to be mozzarella and cheddar, but now it's loads of different stuff. So it's mozzarella, Edam, Gouda, mild cheese and Emmental. Like it's literally, it's going all for it. You have to use sour cream like this, not the ones that come like this, because they taste completely different. So yeah, I've got some sour cream and salsa and guac. I don't put jalapenos on mine, unfortunately. Let's get making. Right guys, here is my nachos. Oh my god, I'm so excited. They smell amazing. I've got it all down me. Oh, how did I manage that? This plate that I've served it on is honestly made for nachos because it's one even layer. If you don't have a dish like this and you're having to double layer, make sure you do one thin layer, cover it, and then another layer. I was half tempted to make nacho cheese, but I just prefer normal cheese on them personally. Let's talk about the best nachos I've ever had. I've probably told you about this story before, but when I went to Magaluf, there's this cafe called Tom Brown's. It's just your average cafe, but it's got about 50 pages of food. When they brought the nachos over, I thought they was bringing me lasagna, because no word of a lie, it was a dish covered, like you literally couldn't even see the nachos. I've never experienced anything like it. They was amazing. Still think about them at least once a year. Anyway, I'm gonna put you guys in a time lapse. Otherwise this video will end up being like half an hour long. time for dinner, and I did a poll on my YouTube community and I said, what should I have for dinner, pizza or Indian? And it was basically 50-50 all day. I've made the executive decision, and I thought I've never had a vegetarian curry before, and I've definitely had vegetarian pizza because I always get margarita. I felt like I already had a cheesy lunch, so I thought it would be good to get something different. So I've ordered an Indian. It's about to arrive any minute. I will plate it up and show you what I've got. My dinner has arrived and I have gone for the coconut shebang. I have got coconut rice, which I've never tried before, and then I went for a vegetable korma because everything else was coconut. I was vibing with the korma today. I haven't actually had korma from an Indian in such a long time as well, so I'm excited to have it, but it's a vegetable one obviously. So from what I can see, I'm a little bit disappointed. The vegetables in it are little bits of peas, carrot, sugar snaps. Like, I was thinking peppers, onions, bit of potato, but this looks like vegetables that you get at like school or in hospitals. Like, it's little cut up bits of stuff. So anyway, then I've got Peshwari naan, which I've never had before. It's basically just coconut. When I had an Indian takeaway last time, a load of you guys told me to try it, so I might actually try this first of all. I can't see. You can kind of see a different texture on the inside, but from the outside it just looks like a normal naan. Oh my god, that is so good. It tastes just like a korma. Very sweet. Okay, maybe that is a bit of onion. Let me try it. Hot. This come absolutely steaming. I was ready to put it in the microwave, and even getting it out of the bag was so hot. This is so good. Sorry, don't judge me for getting a korma. I personally love a korma. The coconut, mwah. Oh, what's that? Is that potato? Okay. Maybe it's a little bit better than I did think. The flavours are melting on my tongue. I'm so glad I got this over pizza. I think I need to get more korma sauce though, I can't lie. I always wear light colours when I'm eating things like this, so I'll probably ruin my top in the process. I mean, the guac is still on it. I didn't manage to get that out from earlier. I actually am a bit funny with chicken in a curry because sometimes they put massive bits of chicken in it, which is a little bit off-putting to me because I find it hard to inspect to make sure it's cooked. So the fact that I can just eat this and not worry if I've got uncooked chicken in it is amazing. Also, I thought they would pop in a free poppadom, but they haven't, and that's really sad to me. I thought I didn't want to, because whenever you order them you get so many, so I always feel like you pay for some but then you get some for free, but on this occasion no. So I've got no poppadoms, which is really sad. I'm gonna go and get some more korma because it's a little dry. Anyway, I thought I would answer my most asked question at the moment. I've done a couple of TikTok lives recently with Jade, and I'm just getting so many questions about my boyfriend. When's your boyfriend reveal? I'm actually going to film with him this weekend, and I think the video will be up at the end of January. We're not a couple that really holds back, so I'm sure we'll answer all of your questions that you've been asking me. Oh my god, I need to save this Indian in my list because this is really tasty. And thank you to everyone who recommended this coconut naan because that is so good. Like, obviously if you're not a coconut lover, this dinner would be your idea of hell. So sorry about that, but for me, it's getting a 10. It honestly is. This is my second vegetarian video, by the way, and it makes me realise how much easier it is to be a vegetarian. Like, when I went vegan, that shit is hard. That's why I was like, it's not for me. But vegetarian is quite easy because there's so many things. I was thinking about having a Chinese, and all their dishes you can probably just get vegetarian options as well. Like, I didn't even think about having a vegetarian Indian. So yeah, it is actually so much easier. Also, when I did the vegetarian video, I literally wrote on the screen, I just learned that parmesan is not vegetarian, and I also said it at the end, and I probably had about 50 comments being like, parmesan is not vegetarian. I was like, I literally wrote it on the screen. Also, somebody said I should do pescatarian. So yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do that, because pescatarian I could 1,000,000% do, because that's an easy way to get your protein in, and I love fish. Also, you can go to McDonald's, get a fillet of fish. That's about it. If you want to see that, let me know. I'm going to enjoy this, so cue the time lapse. It's time for dessert, and I just love how my look deteriorates throughout the day. I feel like I'm going through my hair up era. Totally irrelevant. Anyway, you can see I've got my ice cream spoon flapping around in the corner, so you know what time it is, and I'm excited. Obviously, over Christmas, I got a newfound love for Tony Chocolonely, and they have done a collab with Ben & Jerry's. Not any collab, a salted caramel collab. So this is chocolate ice cream with salted caramel swirls, caramel chunks, and sea salt chocolatey chunks. Their sea salt chocolate, which was the orange one in the advent calendar, was unbelievable. I left it out for 10 minutes, but that is perfect. Oh my God. I haven't checked to see if this is actually vegetarian, because little did I freaking know that that chocolate mousse that I was having had freaking animals in it in my vegetarian video. Suitable for vegetarians. Okay, great. It actually tastes salted. To be fair, Ben & Jerry's do always get salted right, because they do the Netflix and chilled. That's so good. And they did that one with crisps in it. That was also really good, surprisingly. I personally prefer vanilla ice cream. Ben & Jerry's brownie ice cream is one of my faves, and they've just brought out a vanilla one with brownie chunks, so I'm so excited for that. Do you know what we haven't talked about yet? Love Island. I mean, it's only just started, so I haven't formed my proper opinions, but so far, I love Ron. I think he's a looker. I don't normally go for a brunette, but I think he's really good looking. Did you hear that? I wonder what that was. Maybe that was a caramel chunk. I feel like it's little bits of kind of like dime. And I also love Shaq. I hope that he doesn't go out. But yeah, apart from that, nobody else is really springing to mind in terms of like personality. Anyway, we'll discuss it more when it actually gets a bit juicier, because right now, we all know the first week is usually quite rubbish. I'm only a little way in, but I'm gonna rate this 8.5 out of 10. I picked this up in Tesco, by the way. Right, I'm going to wrap the video up here, because I feel like I've been talking at you guys all day. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next one.